sharing another story with you. Today's story is going to be about my miscarriage at 6 weeks. Please remember to like the video, share with a friend, comment down below, and hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. Now, I want to thank all my subscribers. For those who have subscribed to my channel, I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I want to thank those who are viewing and have not subscribed as yet. Thank you for viewing, and I hope that sometime soon you also will subscribe. Now, today I want to share my miscarriage story so that it can help someone who probably will be or has gone through a miscarriage, is going through one, or probably will go through one sometime in the future. Now, you know that every woman's dream is to get married and to have a child, or most women want to get married at some point and have a child. No, this miscarriage was not my first child. I had 3 kids before, 3 sons. I was now married, hoping to have a child for my husband. So we did plan and got pregnant very quickly, because you know I get pregnant very easily. It doesn't take long for me to get pregnant if I decide to try. So soon after we decided that we want to have a child now, and we started trying, I got pregnant. You know, I was very excited. You know, tell all my friends and family, looking forward to have this child from my husband after we've been together for 7 years. So, you know, normally we find out that we're pregnant around about 4 weeks. That is when we'll miss our periods, and then we'll find out that we are pregnant. So, of course, I missed my period, and I knew I was pregnant because I was trying. So, the pregnancy test came out positive. You know, start to be careful now of what you eat, what you do, and all of that, because you know that it is easier for you to lose the child in the earlier stages, the first trimester. That's the first 3 months. So one morning, this was now my 6th week, and I woke up one morning and I saw a little blood stain in my underwear. You know, it was very light. And we all know that some persons have bleeding during pregnancy as well. Now, this was my first time having any form of bleeding or spotting during pregnancy. So, of course, a little fear came over me, and I was very concerned. You know, one man was saying, one if this is a miscarriage, another man was saying probably it's just normal, because that's the norm for some people. And every pregnancy is different. So even though I've had 3 pregnancies before, this was my first time experiencing bleeding during pregnancy. So went to my doctor. Wasn't ready to go to the doctor yet, but because of the spotting that I saw, no, first I called my sister, because she had a miscarriage the year before, or months, no, I think it was months before. So I called her the month before. I called her to find out what was the sign that she was having a miscarriage. So I told her what I was experiencing, and she said it was the same exact thing that she experienced. So there and then I became even more nervous now, but still keeping the faith and praying that that is not my story. Went to the doctor, of course. When I went to the doctor said most times you don't start, this bleeding started before my 6 week mark, about 5 weeks, somewhere there. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that they don't normally do ultrasound before 6 weeks, because you don't hear the heartbeat until 6 weeks. So of course I decided to wait. So we waited, and as it hit the 6 week mark, so the spotting did not get any worse, but it was still there. So I waited, went to the doctor, set my appointment, did an ultrasound. So my husband was very excited, and he was more, I would say, stronger than me in terms of believing that nothing was wrong. I was more, we ladies, we like to research, we ask a lot of questions. So I was researching on Google of course, and all the signs were pointing to miscarriage. Wasn't feeling any pain or anything, but one thing I did notice is that my the pregnancy hormone started decreasing. So I was feeling bad at first, and then all of a sudden I started feeling normal. Vomited once, then I started feeling normal. So I was concerned about that. Suddenly I wasn't feeling like I normally would feel. So went to the doctor. Doctor started performing the ultrasound. So while the doctor was there, this is not my first time doing ultrasound. First time doing ultrasound while being pregnant, but not my first time doing ultrasound overall. So doctor was there doing his thing, and I was there sitting quietly. My husband was also in the room, and the doctor was just moving the ultrasound thing over and over and over again. So at that time I became very suspicious. I started to thinking, why is the doctor just not saying anything? He was just there, it's like he knew, but he didn't know. He was trying to wrap it around his mind. How do I tell this couple that they lost the baby? So right there I said to myself, that I lost the baby, because I was just observing his reaction while doing the ultrasound. Then he finally decided to stop, and he said to us that we lost the baby, and he's going to write a letter for us to go to the hospital for us to do a D&C. D&C is dilate and cartilage, I think, where they dilate the cervix so they can go in, use a cartilage and remove the fetus or the whatever was there forming the baby. So I was kind of not so much in a shock, but at the same time I felt hurt. I cried because I really wanted to have a child for my husband, because my husband met me with 3 kids, and I will share that story in another video. So I really wanted to give him this child, after waiting for so long, no pressure. So I was very scared to go to the theater. I'm very scared of going to the theater because I do not like to be put to sleep. I was put to sleep before for a lumpectomy, and I did a colonoscopy. I was put to sleep before for those things, but I've never been put to sleep before for this. So it was my first time experiencing a miscarriage. I got the letter, went to the hospital. When I went to the hospital, I went straight to the ward, because the letter said I should go straight to the ward. Went to the ward, they admitted me, was there. Dr. came, spoke to me, so said I was going to insert a pill for it to dilate my cervix. And as soon as I started feeling pain and the bleeding started coming heavier, I should let them know they're going to bring me to the theater. So, insert the pill, and trust me, the pain that I started feeling was as if I was in labor or having period pain, so to speak, somewhere there. So I went to the theater. They removed what they were supposed to remove, back to the ward. Everything went fine so far. I had a little nausea after going to the theater because of the anesthesia, that thing that they used to put it to sleep. And then after that, went home. I was a little depressed for a while because it's like you don't know what to do with yourself now. When do I try again? What if I try again and the same thing happened? And it was just a whole nervous wreck. And knowing that I have had anxiety, I was going through a lot at that time. Got a lot of encouragement from friends and families, a lot of support. Husband was very supportive, and that baby, we had named that baby Miracle, because after I recovered, after a period of sickness, and I recovered, it was a miracle for us to get pregnant, to have that child, because at the time I didn't even know I would have a child. To how sick I was, I didn't thought I could even get pregnant again to have a child. So we had named that child Miracle. So we normally fool around and say Miracle died, and anyways, for those persons who have miscarriage, they always recommend us to start trying back as soon as possible. So of course I waited. That was in December. I rang in the new year, December, in the hospital, And January, I didn't have a period January. I had a period February, and right after my period February, I started trying back in March. And of course, I did get pregnant again. But I will share that pregnancy journey in another video because that was another nervous wreck. So I'm going to share that pregnancy journey in another video with you. So if you want to know what happened after I got pregnant again, please comment down below. And this is just to encourage persons that not to give up, because some persons might have multiple miscarriage before they have a child. Some people have miscarriages and they never get a child, and some probably just have one or two. I only had one, thanks be to God. But for those who might have more than one, this is just to encourage you that there is still hope. There is no need for you to, feel depressed or feel down. There is still hope, and all you have to do is just pray, trust God, and I'm sure that the Lord will do what is right for you. Thank you all for watching, and I do hope and pray that you will enjoy the rest of your day or the next day to come.